Chapter 29. Knox stood in the ordering line, a row of glistening brown chickens turning on a roasting rack near her head. The heat coming off the crimson orbs made her woozy. She felt as if she could close her eyes and not wake up for a week. Between working out at the Spire fighting gym during the day and searching the streets for Pong at night, she was almost worn out. She stretched her stiff neck side to side. She hated her squeaky cot at the gym. She missed the light from her parents' room shining under the crack in the door. She missed her parents. She even missed her whiny little sisters. Knox was genuinely homesick, a useless thing to be in her situation. Even if she gave up and left the gym, she wouldn't be going home. She'd be going somewhere even less familiar, the mountaintop school. No, if home was what she wanted, she'd have to stick it out and finish what she came here to do. Knox had walked every alley and floated down every canal in the entire city, some of them twice. There had been times when she thought she spotted Pong, only to get closer and find it was someone else. Once, in a crowded street, she had felt his presence. She knew he was close, but she never saw him. She wondered if Pong knew she was hunting him. Maybe he was tracking her, too, and that's how he stayed at least one step ahead. She'd resorted to asking people if they'd seen him. She didn't like this method. It felt sloppy, but she was getting desperate. She could risk staying in the city for another day or two, and then she would have to go back to Tanaburi. Knox stepped up to the front of the line where an older woman was taking orders for roast chicken. The woman's hairnet tugged her painted eyebrows up, which gave her a look of permanent surprise. She greeted most of the customers by name and knew everyone's orders. Knox had learned enough about the street markets to know that every market had a matron, a woman who kept tabs on everything that happened on her little stretch of canal. This woman with the painted eyebrows was definitely the matron. That made her the best person to answer Knox's questions. When it was Knox's turn, the woman slid a bird off the roasting rack and started hacking it to pieces with a long butcher knife. "What you want, sugar?" she asked. "Half a chicken or a whole?" "Actually, could I just get a leg quarter, please?" The woman froze mid-hack and gave Knox a stinky look before slicing off the bird's leg. Knox couldn't help being cheap. Her money supply was dwindling, and she needed to make it last. The matron handed Knox the meat in a paper box. "Ma'am, can I ask you a question?" said Knox as she handed over her money. Knox raised up on her toes a little. "I'm looking for someone, a boy about my age with a shaved head. He was a monk in training. His name is Pong. Have you seen him?" The matron slid another bird onto her cutting board. "Sugar, I run the busiest chicken stand on this canal. You think I'm going to remember every Pong who comes along?" Another woman, a younger version of the matron, stepped out from behind the stall, carrying a tray of raw chicken to add to the roaster. "Are you talking about Ampai's kid?" she asked. "No, sorry," said Knox. "This boy is an orphan. Thank you, though." As she turned to go, the younger woman added, "Because if you are, tell that boy to come around and listen to my orbs sometime." "What?" said the matron. "What you mean listen to orbs? Are they going to tell you the weather or something?" She threw her head back and laughed. "Very funny, Mom," said the young woman, skewering the limp chicken bodies onto the rack. "There's a rumor that this kid is going around town with Ampai. He gets real close to orbs and, well, he listens to them or something." Knox was suddenly wide awake. "Oh, pfft," mocked her mother, sticking out her tongue. "Why would he do that?" "Someone told me that the orbs whisper to him about the future," said her daughter. "Maybe he can listen to our orbs and tell whether I'll ever get to move out and stop plucking dead chickens." Knox's head filled with the memory of the courtyard at Namwan. She remembered the boy with sticking up hair staring up into the mango tree, his ear pointed to the fruit. At the time, she thought it was so strange. What kind of child listens to mangoes? Maybe the same kind who would listen to orbs. "The person you mentioned," said Knox, "Ampai. Do you know how I can find her?" The young woman scratched her cheek. I actually don't have any idea where she lives, but she does have an adopted nephew, A great big guy named Yai. I see him at the hidden market sometimes. I go there to get Mom's foot fungus medicine. Hey, snapped the matron, waving the butcher knife in the air. Enough chit-chatting. You think those chickens are going to pluck themselves? The young woman rolled her eyes. All right, I'm going. When her mother turned around, the young woman quickly grabbed another leg quarter off the cutting board and tucked it into a box. She slid it to Knock and winked. On the house, she whispered. Thank you, Knock whispered back. And she was thankful. She would need plenty of fuel for what she was going to do next.